Why do you support Trump as president?
Because I like what he did with abortion. I like what he's doing with the border, and yeah, that's.
Oh, you like what he did with abortion, so you. And if you're telling me that you still want the right to own a gun, even though banning said right would save the lives of more innocent children, well, then can I just say that women should have the right to access abortion?
Welcome, fellow argument lovers. This is Mark Adam with another episode of Mark Adam Objects. Today we'll be breaking down a clip from Dean Withers. This will be my first time listening to him. I'm aware of him and some of these young bucks coming up, which I gotta say I'm happy about always with all the distractions in the world. It's easy not to care about the issues. It's easy not to respect debate or listening to the other side and trying to get to the truth, those kind of things. So I'll give anybody respect that enters that arena. But this, well, if you want to ban abortion, you have to be for banning guns argument is tired and illogical, and refuting it, especially with this kid, is going to be easy work. Let's go.
And why you support Trump? Why do you support Trump as president?
Because I like what he did with abortion. I like what he's doing with the border, and yeah, that's.
Oh, you like what he did with abortion, so you support banning abortion to save the lives of more innocent kids?
Yes, absolutely.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. Would you support banning your right to own a gun if it were to save the lives of more innocent kids?
I mean that my guns don't harm little kids, so.
No.
Actually, we could make this a short video and end it right here. This caller's "my guns don't hurt little kids" response is the key to the whole thing. It is the key difference between guns and abortion. In the way he can say that his gun doesn't harm little kids, find me someone having an abortion that can say it doesn't harm the unborn child. Every abortion does. It's its sole purpose. And it was not Trump, but the Supreme Court that got rid of Roe v. Wade, correctly nullifying a rogue legislative action by the judicial branch. They rightly returned the issue to the states because laws are made by the legislature.
Every town research is clear. The more gun control that a state has, the less gun deaths per 100,000 residents they have. Guns are the leading cause of death in our use. So if we were to implement more gun regulations, restrictions, or bans,
maybe parents should control their
kids would be dying from the result of firearms. And that's just a statistical fact.
Maybe
banning your access to own firearms reduces the amount of children that die because of firearms. So if you don't support infringing upon your rights, even if they were to save the lives of more innocent kids, why are you telling me that we should infringe upon the rights of women because you think it'll save the lives of more innocent kids?
The myth that somehow gun deaths are the leading cause of deaths in our youth is ridiculous. It ignores abortion, which monumentally dwarfs any other cause or all other causes. But even if you rule out abortions, car crashes cause more youth deaths. And when you look at how they try to skew the statistics, they usually drop off infants because of all the complications. And they usually add in 17, 18, even 19-year-olds for the suicide stats. But even so, the numbers don't measure up. Also, I don't think Dean understands that gun bans affect women's rights too. In fact, they may be the most important rights regarding guns, because the best thing about guns is they are an equalizer that allows weaker people to protect themselves from stronger brutes. Apparently, he'd like to take that right away from women and have them have to fend for themselves. What a hero. But yes, men too, and he'd also stop the actual heroes that saved the day when madmen endanger the lives of people in public crowds.
That might be true, but at the same time, why do kids have guns in the first place? If a kid wanted a gun, even if you ban it, okay, you ban guns, what is that going to accomplish? Nothing.
Yeah, it'll actually accomplish less gun deaths, right? So, like, bans or restrictions on firearms reduce gun deaths. People,
I mean, obviously, but people who want a gun are still going to get it whether it's illegal or not.
And that does not change the fact that banning or restricting firearms reduces gun deaths, and that is the only relevant fact to my argument.
Let me get this straight. Banning or restricting guns will result in less gun deaths, and that is the only relevant fact to your argument. Seems like voluntarily playing 18 holes with just your putter, but okay. But speaking of that putter, we got to ban it, because banning it will result in less deaths, and that's the only relevant fact to the argument. And you're going to have to walk home from the course, because we certainly can't allow cars to be in existence, the highest killer of children and just a general cause of death and mayhem across the board to all kinds of lives. Bathtubs, people kill their wives and children in bathtubs. Got to get those the hell out of there. Did you still want to keep this as your only relevant fact?
So you think guns should be banned?
No, I'm just simply trying to test the consistency of your logic. You would think guns should be banned if they were to save the lives of more innocent children, the same way you think abortion should be banned because you think it saved the lives of innocent children. And if you're telling me that you still want the right to own a gun, even though banning said right would save the lives of more innocent children, well, then can I just say that women should have the right to access abortion, even if it would kill more innocent children?
If it'll kill more innocent children? I think Dino doesn't think unborn babies are human lives, so it's okay to kill them. I bet that revelation is coming soon.
Easier way to restrict kids dying to guns. Have more mature parents.
Oh, okay. Well, guess what? We can't sign a policy into law to make more mature parents, but we can sign a policy into law to reduce the immediate amount of children killed by firearms by implementing more restrictions.
Okay, but
we certainly can't magically make every set of parents mature, but let's not pretend we can't identify the ones that aren't. We could limit people to one non-life-threatening abortion. We could make a law that abortion equals sterilization. But regardless, my individual gun is not in any way like someone's individual abortion. My gun will not ever kill an innocent person. Their abortion always will. Making widespread policy to ban guns for everyone is not like banning abortion. It's much closer to being like banning the bathtubs. It's not even like Dean tries to present an apples and oranges argument as apples and apples. He's trying to pass off an apples versus cement trucks comparison as an apples versus apples. Blatantly obvious and really weak stuff.
So I mean, then it's very simple. If you don't support banning things, even if banning it would save the lives of more innocent kids, then why should we ban abortion?
Because that abortion is murder. A little kid who, like a baby that is in the womb, can't defend itself.
Okay, so you're telling me that you support banning abortion to prevent more murder?
Yeah.
You support banning guns to prevent more murder?
No.
What's the difference?
A couple things. First of all, being a banner is not like being an organ donor. You don't have to sign up and choose whether you're going to ban things or not ban things. It is possible to look at things individually. Abortions equal death 100% of the time. You ban them. Guns? No. Bathtubs? No. Putters? No. Cars? No. Well, we've talked about the difference about how abortions always end a life. Guns do not. And guns have the ability to secure countries, protect the weaker, which is exactly the opposite of what an abortion does. Takes advantage of the weaker's inability to defend itself. Guns can provide food, and if something goes wrong with guns, we have charges, like murder. Just a few differences there, Dean.
Like, people shouldn't, if people are going to do the deed of making a child, and then they don't like the results of having a child, maybe they should have never done that in the first place.
Oh, wow. Well, maybe intercourse has more than one outcome, and the more typical outcome of intercourse would be pleasure, and it is the case that there's nothing wrong with killing a fetus.
And there it is. This isn't about the difference between gun deaths and abortion deaths. Dean doesn't consider abortions deaths. There's nothing wrong with killing a fetus, so his whole argument is disingenuous, even though there's no one that's surprised by that. But thank you, Dean, for pointing out yet another difference. No one goes pleasure shooting at a target range and ends up killing a kid. But women who know they'll get an abortion if they get pregnant still have sex. They're willing to take that chance. Gun owners are not.
Said that I don't think abortion is murder.
Abortion is murder, though.
Okay, really? Why? What's murder? Can you define that silly little word for me?
Pretty simple. The purposeful ending of an innocent human life. Of course, Dean will make an argument about doctors. It's moronic, but we'll let him make it first. Also, I think most people would agree that murder is one of the least silly words we've invented.
There you go. So do you think that doctors are murdering patients in the hospital when they pull life support off of brain dead patients because they're killing an innocent person? They're ending their biological life. They're dying. Okay. And what's a serial killer? Would you define a serial killer like colloquially with what we understand of being like more than a 3-count murder?
Yeah.
Okay.
Probably.
So you think that the doctors that are pulling the plugs on these patients are serial killers since they've done it more than 3 times?
You can tell by his face he thinks these are strong points, but things aren't black and white in real life. If he needs us to add a clause to explain doctors, then we will. Decisions made by a doctor at the end of life when a person has no real hope of recovery and or death is imminent are obviously different than everything else that we'd call murder. Abortion doctors, however, are killing multiple babies that have never had a chance at life, have had no say. The word murder there becomes not so much of a stretch.
Okay, but isn't it the family's decision to pull the plug on somebody that is brain dead?
Well, if you're saying it should be the family's decision, even though it's murder, what about abortion? Isn't that what the moms would say?
End of life, pal. End of life. Unborn babies haven't even had a chance to glimpse the real world. And most people nowadays have wills and advanced directives letting people know exactly what they want it to happen should they be incapacitated at the end of their life. Again, just a never-ending amount of differences between that and abortion.
So you're basically telling me that I've been able to successfully defeat you in the context of our conversation here, but there's maybe possibly an answer out there, so you're not going to make the concession. Okay, that's what an argument from ignorance is called.
Okay, all right. Yeah, you beat me on that point in the argument because
Okay, right.
I don't know what to say.
So if I beat you on that point in the argument, this just means that you shouldn't be pro-life anymore at the bare minimum.
Oh, is that how that works? Well, I'll be expecting answers to all my points, or I'll assume that you've stopped being pro-choice. Have a good day, Dean.
Oh, okay. Oh, wow, look at that. Oh, there you go.